the Talking Leeds podcast, match reaction with Aaron Marshall and Gerry McNamee.
Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds, another match reaction show with myself, Arron Marshall, and Mr. Gerry McNamee. As the voiceover said there, reflected on Leeds 2, West Ham 1. Gerry, all is well at Leeds. We've never any doubt there, did we, last night? All is well.
It's a lovely sunny morning after I've just about dried out. It's unfortunate that the tapes from last week's podcast have been stolen, because you could see that we actually said how good Brendan Aronson was and give him a chance, and he's a real talent. And hey, you got to hold your hands up.
Yeah,
and I don't think we're unfair on this pod, and I think you have to give it up to the little fella. He played well. He scored a goal. He unlucky not to score a crack, and he got stuck in. And fair play. Great result, much needed. More nervy than it should have been. They were poor, but we did sit back. I think Farker said there was a lot more injury and sickness in the camp than he said this week, so you give him credit. But a wet night under the lights. It was 2 early goals. There was so much space to exploit. Bit of luck we might have, a couple of better placed passes, maybe not Ampadu shooting for goal might help. But the changes, everything else, it's a good night, and we look for the fixtures today and think how it all works. But there's a nice little gap between us and the bottom three, and we're above that point game thing. And we just got to build on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you touched on Brendan Aronson, because I think that was probably one of his better games I've seen him play. We always compare him to the Chelsea game a couple of years ago, don't we? Where he was absolutely phenomenal. And I think, he really, really proved a lot of doubters. And let's just hope he continues building that confidence. So I want to mention Tanaka as well. What are your thoughts on Tanaka? Because I thought we've missed him and he was back to his old self. I think he was just everywhere again on that pitch. Those interceptions, those little passes, that little bit of magic and that little dust, real quality was there with him yesterday, wasn't it, with Tanaka?
Yeah, those little spins, he gets out of tight space. I think he faded like a lot of them did in the end. I suppose he's not played much, and I could see the reasoning why he was subbed in for a defensive player. But I think he's back in the team now. His place to lose, and it was good. But I mean, all the positions and all the players we said to come in. I think Farker obviously listening. There's been injuries and stuff, but Perry was back in goals. You sign a keeper that much, you have to play him. Darlow's not really done anything wrong, but he's this guy's number one keeper, and he looked more like a keeper, because I thought at Arsenal when that game he looked very stiff and a bit lost. And last night he looked like a guy who was confident. Made a great save in the first half. Ball hit from a Bowen overhead kick. And he didn't catch it cleanly, but straight down and hoofed it out. He didn't have a load to do, but what he did do, he took those catches, low down and everything. Hadn't much chance with the goal, and so he was in. All looks a colossus. I think one loose pass, but that's it. But a lot of headers, very physical. I think the player was backing into him a lot, and he was giving as good as he got. I think, as you say, Tanaka was in, and Okafor obviously not fully fit. You could see. The end of the first half that they were telling Harrison to get ready, and I think he actually, rather than play a half with that extra 13 minutes, he probably played a half and a bit.
Absolutely.
So it was good in that respect. I thought Calvert-Lewin, it didn't score again, but God, the amount of work he got through, and it looked a better balanced team. Unfortunate, good months and good injured. GG come off, JJ come on. He fell awkward on his backside and back, and I could just feel it. I got that last week when I bent down to get something under the sink, and he was hurting. But Justin, that's why we bought someone like that. I suppose ex-England international now. Come on, and he looked fast, looked lively. So, but it's fine margins, because we let a goal in. We sat back, let a goal in with 4 minutes to go, and all of a sudden you think this could be disastrous. because we had loads of chance. If we to a team like West Ham, if we dropped any points, I think it would have been terrible. They're in real trouble. I have to applaud their fans for their gallows humour. You know, the Leeds fans are singing, "You give your soul up for that shithole," and they were applauding it, and you know, they were sort of agreeing with the chance. And 2-0 down and sacked the board and all that. We've been there a few times, but yeah, that's football, isn't it? And we're doing okay. So yeah, all in all
is well.
Happy for now.
Yeah, Carl says, brilliant result. We're in that we were conceding late goals, but luckily it didn't cost us last night. Rodon, we didn't mention him, Gerry. What a player.
Yes, and I had him.
Second scorer, not first last night.
No, I back him each way, so I can back him. I backed him any time as well, him and BL. Fortunately, I backed 2-0 as well. So that's it. Carl, you should be getting back to work on your kitchen. Never mind watching podcasts. He's working on his kitchen.
And Matt says, well, good luck with the kitchen, Carl. And Matt says he saw a stat yesterday that Aronson is top of wingers and attacking midfield chance creation ratio in the Premier.
Well, sure about
that.
Joe Rodon's our top scorer. This is the parallel universe. We're in our joint top scorer.
Yeah, Joe Rodon, though, he was phenomenal yesterday for me. Again, really solid. And I think Biol and Rodon now, I think that for me is the future moving forwards. I think as much as I do like Strauch, I just think with Biol, I think he's just got that little bit more physicality, that little bit more. His height's a big unit as well, isn't he? Biol is. So I think defensive, I think we looked okay, and I know there was a lot of pressure in that second half, wasn't there, Gerry? And we kind of invited that goal from West Ham. It was coming, there was no doubt about it. But yeah, it was very edgy towards the end, and we got it over the line. And I just think, that's a massive 3 points for us. And
well, a lot of pressure without them really creating it until the goal, I suppose. But we were sitting back. There was in the first half 2-0 up without really having to hammer them. And I think with Ampadu and through for that chance, which is brilliant, and then curled it, hit with his left foot. And there was times where I think Longstaff moved into that position and the ball comes across, Tanaka hits one across the bar, but it was there to be exploited, and it was a bit frustrating that we did sort of take a back seat second half. But you know, if that's what I'm not criticizing Fark for that. If the players we had weren't all running on full throttle, but Brendan ran through. I mean, that would have been goal of the season. I mean, it's 2 goals for Leeds in the Premier League. One is he just runs along the byline. Remember against Chelsea a couple of years ago and taps it in, and last night was probably an inch further out. But that one, where he runs through and you think, pass it, and he hits, and it took a deflection. That was heading in. Took a deflection, and that would have been brilliant for him. So it's good for us that he's had a good game, and you know, we have to give it to him because he's taken a hammering for the time he's away and the time he come back, and sometimes rightly so. But some of his tight control and everything. It was a scruffy old game, lots of scuffles on the touchline, lots of kicking and rushing. But no, he certainly earned his play. And the midfield overall was solid, and we got lots of space. West Ham have got their problems. I mean, that young lad Ollie Scarles, he's been the fulcrum of all discussions this week because he's a right back playing left back, or is it left back playing right back? And then he gets injured as well, nasty coming down his shoulder. So he's had a lively week. But take Jarrett Bowen and probably Paqueta out of that team, and then they've spent a load of money on that team as well. I thought Bowen I wish we could buy him, but he's probably out.
And we were close to buying him. We were so close to getting over the line.
Playing for Hull. He's such a good player. Somerville. He got booed, a few boos, not massively, and I thought, I wouldn't boo him. I thought he scored 20-odd goals for us that season. He was good. He wanted to play in the Premier League. Don't blame him for that. He always give his all for Leeds. As long as you didn't let him cut inside and score that goal, top corner, which he loved doing. I think Leeds were actually aware of that, but he had a torrid night booking and subbed.
Yeah, he did,
but we don't care about West Ham. We're not really bothered about them. So, and the subs made. Harrison comes on at halftime. Justin had to come on early. And James and Nemec. And Nemec's shorts are taller than me, I think. He's got the biggest shorts ever. He didn't get to do much, but fresh legs come on. Calvert-Lewin. I think he was so knackered. Did you see the one where he tried to head the ball on the ground? Andy Gray once scored one like that years ago, but even that was, I think he just knackered.
Calvert-Lewin, yesterday, he just completely run his socks off, and you could see he was knackered. He'd done a complete shift yesterday, but Nemetri didn't really do much, did he? What was Pirot got to do here, Gerry? Because he's sat on that bench now. It's really difficult for him. I would have actually said, right, give Pirot just to freshen it up a little bit with Calvert-Lewin, because it was tiring in that second half.
Yeah, well, possibly the night that was in it, probably it just needed a battering ram up front. So maybe, but yeah, I thought, I was talking on a couple of the other podcasts, and we were saying maybe start 3 at the back and Pirot up front with Calvert-Lewin. I think that should be an option some stage this season. I suppose Stack, he brought on Gruev before Stack, but again, Stack was playing with a rib injury. Why was he playing with a rib injury? It was obviously that he wasn't fully fit and playing well. So a strange one, but it's funny how perception changed. I think last week we were going, Daniel, you could be in trouble there, and then we win. We're 11th, probably. To Burnley and Wolves playing today. Newcastle are playing Fulham, and Forest
Chelsea
are away
to Sunderland as well.
I look at that. I look at that table and think Newcastle, they won't be down there for that long. Fulham probably the same. Forest, you don't know, they're in a bit of flux, but maybe a new manager bounce there to get next game after next. That'll be a tight one, but we can go into a lot of games now with a bit of confidence. And just thank God we're not West Ham. Yeah, that's
well. You have to admit that they do look. They're probably one of the worst teams I've seen. I don't know,
they're
this
championship.
season. They are, and they're really rotten as well. They're rotten at the top of West Ham. They're really, really struggling, and you just think how long's Nuno got there, because I really rate Nuno as a manager. I think he's
there 4 games, but already you're thinking, could he be sacked twice in one season? I think he's probably looking at what he's got, and I say they've got decent players, but he started off without a number 9. Callum Wilson comes on.
Yeah.
You need to win. You need to be playing players like that. You need a striker. Although I didn't really notice him, to be honest, not much. Callum Wilson. He's probably one of these players. I noticed they're even booing their own players. I'm just got the squad here. John Clark to Todibo. Yeah, Todibo, number 25 he was last night. And he was getting a bit of stick.
Wan-Bissaka as well. He's a nifty little bugger, isn't he?
Ex-scum,
Yeah, done that right. But
who's Andy Irvine? I thought he was a rugby player. I never heard of him. I usually think I know most players, but who is he? But who cares? Again, who cares?
Who cares? They're a real crubbing crisis, I think, West Ham at the moment, and let's just hope they continue to be down there come the end of the season, because other than Bowen in there, you just think, well, you're right, it's a very championship here. And do we play them on the last game of the season? Have I dreamt that?
There's a point. I'm
because I'm going to have a quick look as well. We do.
We do. We're away to West Ham. Yeah.
That could be very toxic down there if we.
Imagine those. It was all riding on that game. Andy Irvine was bought from a team in Scotland. Cheers, Danny. Yeah. He sounds Scottish in fairness.
Yeah. Dave says, "Morning, men." Men points, morning men points, 2 goals, 1 team. We're good. Says Dave.
We're good. We're good.
And then Cal says, Todibo at the back for them is one of the worst centre backs I've seen take Bowen and Paqueta. So that's him. They don't actually. You're right. He's absolutely right. Yeah. And
could we get Bowen? Spend money on Bowen, and Ivan Toney's been rumoured to come back in January. Just blow the bank and spend on those 2.
Absolutely. I think as well as what was quite interesting yesterday, Gerry, I don't know, West Ham, I'm looking at the stats here, they had like 59-60% possession, did West Ham yesterday compared to Leeds. And I know it was
overall game,
and
probably more in the second half, actually.
And you just think it's quite refreshing that I know it was nervy and edgy towards them, but they didn't look too bothered. Leeds, they weren't panicking, they were compact, they were strong, they were physical, they got the job done for me, and that's quite reassuring in this league, isn't it? That you do, when your back's against the wall, you've got to go, you've got to be strong defensively, and I think we were yesterday, and that was quite reassuring for me, given that we've had some difficult results.
I suppose if we're nitpicking the goal again, we had two centre halves. Sorry, look at the dog here. The dog's hovering. Two centre halves got sort of split again,
Yeah.
which happened for the goal last week. That's just a slight worry, but I suppose
Mm.
it was good cross, good header, good flick in.
Yeah.
The offside goal that took ages, and it looked. I mean, when they showed it on the
Now,
screen, you thought, yeah, why did it take so long? But was it the
it was the semi-automated system was apparently off. Apparently, it didn't work, so that's a complete joke as well. But the VAR, from where we sat, this is very, very close, and they have to get the lines out apparently as well, didn't they? And draw
well,
it
his
on.
foot was obvious. I think it was if the ball came off Bogle. I think that's what they're looking at. It took him a while to ratify our goal, and I think they were looking at whether Calvert-Lewin was in the eye line of the goalkeeper. I thought, if it was disallowed for that, it would have been ridiculous. There's got to be, but two VARs don't make a right, as somebody said. Two VARs did make a right. Did make a right.
With 13 minutes added on as well in the first half.
Yes,
absolutely crazy.
What's happening?
Yeah,
it's happening. That we were just talking off air. The last time I remember that much, and anybody knows better, was 16 minutes against Watford, last game of the season, Ross McCormick era. We killed two of their goalkeepers. I think that they were going for the promotion, and we scuppered it. Well, obviously we were 15th that year. I can't remember why, but 16 minutes. I can't remember if it would be half time or full time, but that's the best I can ever remember. But it went on a bit. Yeah, there was cold Bovril downstairs. Don't think to do Bovril, but yeah, there was people who were going, I'm ready to go 40 minutes and I've missed half the game. The usual suspects.
Yeah, it's a strange one, wasn't it? But the main stat from this one is that Leeds got the 3 points, and which is what we needed to do. And it was a great performance. It's always special under the lights, isn't it, Gerry, at Ellen Road?
It's Friday nights. I'd love to know what our record is on Friday nights, because it always seems to be good. I remember there's that Leicester game, and we seem to do. Did we beat Sheffield United last year on a Friday night?
Yeah, we did.
It's a stat I must look at, because we got rubbish at, isn't it, lunchtime Saturdays, 12:30 kickoffs and what have you. So I think Friday nights, and it's great. The whole weekend free now. As I said to my other half, let's do something this weekend. Let's leave football alone. And she knows me well enough. She says, "Are you playing Friday or Monday?" Yeah, Friday. That's beside the point,
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, for me, I've got to go to bloody Jump Inc. Later on. So I'm like, why not? Let's get
Jump Inc.
Jump Inc. down near Ellen Road. It's like a trampoline park for kids. So we're going to go down there. But why not? It's the football.
We were too poor to have trampolines. We only had trampolines that bounced down. Never up. We couldn't afford them.
We had one in school.
The dogs even looked at me there saying, "What are you doing here?"
But as you say, so I'll enjoy that this afternoon. But it's but yeah, it's nice to sit back, and I'll be sitting back. And what they do have a bar at Jump Inc as well. So I'll be sitting back, soccer Saturday on my phone, let Freddie go run off on the trampolines and watch the results come in, because as you say, there's some tasty fixtures today. Chelsea, Sunderland, you'd hope Chelsea would win there. Newcastle will probably beat Fulham. Not bothered about Scum and Brighton. And then Brentford playing Liverpool as well later on.
Brentford are doing well.
They are, aren't they?
Ireland's manager-elect.
Keith Andrews. I still don't think, Gerry, Brentford will be up there. I think they will struggle. I hope so. I really do.
Yeah. He looks like that guy who says he's not going to cut his hair until Man United win 5 in a row. He's got that sort of hairstyle going. But talking about a place to go, I used to go to Wacky Warehouse with the kids, and I
remember Wacky Warehouse.
A smell of plastic in the ball pit, some sick, sweaty kids, and parents who looked on the edge of divorce. It was and you just sit in the middle, and that was pre-internet. You couldn't look at your phone. You had to bring a newspaper. But or just people who were overprotective with their kids, or come on, Johnny, you go there, and then it's not good. And orange, and then there used to be this big Scottish guy who used to shout very loud with the kids for parties, and he'd go, "Happy birthday! I can't hear you," and I just say, "Shut the up, Sandy." Anyway, I'm just having reliving traumatized. If you're from the Rothley area of Leicester. If you remember Wacky Warehouse, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but don't have to do that because my kids don't go to Wacky Warehouse. I don't know where my kids going. I don't want to know really. Don't
Yes.
forget, one of my kids is in Leeds on the 28th of November. Now he's playing his gig in Porto. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, do, because it's good now. He's on middle of his tour. He did Dublin the other night. I saw him in Chester last week. He's on fire, and go and see him. Yeah, because it's my pension after all. Yeah.
Yeah, get down and give that code. But yeah, we can sit back and we can enjoy the results coming this week, and it's always nice. You play first, you've got the 3 points on the board, and roll on to next week. Brighton next week, Gerry. I remember I've done Brighton away before. It's like in the middle of a valley, isn't it? The Amex, and you don't think there's a football ground there until you just see it as you come over the hill.
You have to get a bus a shuttle bus. Although I found parking, it's 30-minute walk, parking. But I can do the. It'll be a good workout exercise. But it's a long old drive down there. We always seem to lose 1 or 2-0. I cannot remember us winning down there. No. We used to beat Brighton in the old days, but I'm not sure we've ever won at that ground. So it's a tricky one. I'll take a draw all day. See Georgie Rooter again.
They're in good form, aren't they, Brighton? The mid-table, aren't they? But they've kicked on from,
they're always a good team, Brighton. If Brighton are on a roll, they've got some great attacking players. Their recruitment is excellent. Their manager is he probably could be my son. Their manager is young enough. Really, Jesus, that's worrying. And then we're off to Forest to Sean Dycheland.
I think we're there for the win there, Gerry. That Forest away, I think, is because they're playing in Europe as well before we play them. So
that week as well. That's good because I think that does impact you. You look at what Palace lost to an airport, Larnaca, the other night, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Some strange results. Well, Aston Villa lost to my favourite Dutch name team, Go Ahead Eagles.
Go Ahead Eagles,
and, Rangers, Danny Rowe, Rangers of this thing where they have to wear a suit, and he wore a suit, and they lost to a cereal brand, didn't they? So it was it was all good fun. Yeah, it was fun. So yeah, Forest, that's not a bad fixture to take. 4 points in the next 2. I'll take that.
Yeah. And it keeps us ticking on, doesn't it? And that's the main thing, And the good thing is as well, Sunderland, as much as they have had a great start season, they're up against Chelsea today. Chelsea just starting to tick.
The fixtures have been kind. I mean, they had West Ham first game, and they've done well. Don't get me wrong, they've done really well, and they seem to have going well up at Sunderland. But they'll have a tricky time to come. We just gotta keep going as we are.
Take care of themselves.
And then we're into the last international break for a while, where Ireland need to win 4 of their last 2 games to qualify, and we'll that'll be great. And then back into the maddest, worst set of fixtures we could have hoped for.
Yeah,
in adversity, take each game as it comes, Brian. All that, and who knows, we'll pick up points, but that's it. We just gotta keep 13th. Keep it turning over. Keep getting them points in. There's a lot of teams. Wolves will have a good spell, and they say Brentford will have a bad spell, and it's going to be. If you look at the Premier League and the Championship, it's not going to type. It's not the 3 who are relegated coming up and the 3 came up coming down. I mean, you look at the Championship; they're all struggling. So sad for those teams that give us stick. And the 3 that have gone up, we're doing okay. So
they're doing all right. And let's hope we continue. And I think the key thing for me, Gerry, is we're going into the December period that we don't. For me, it's going to be damage limitations when you're playing Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, and all them. But for me, when it comes to the 1st of January, if you're in around 13th, 14th, 15th, it's easy to recruit players because we do need to strengthen. Players will not come anywhere near as if you're 18th, 19th, or whatever in the league. So if you're in that mid-table position, it's a bit easier to recruit. So let's hope that
Ivan Toney and Jared Bowen, here we come.
West Ham will be on their 5th manager. And Bowen wants out, and he'll move to Leeds, and everything will be good. But we'll take it.
Have you ever been to that ground? I'm not surprised. It is
the London Stadium.
soulless
Yeah, I
place.
went down there for the Olympics years ago.
That's what it is. It's for the
It's an
Olympics.
Olympic.
Stadium.
That's what it is. It shouldn't. I think they play baseball down there as well. I think I saw that somewhere.
Any American sport?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure they have baseball there every year or something. But
I once scored a goal at Upton Park. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, did you?
It was a corporate thing. Yeah, I scored. Yeah,
Excellent.
Don't like to talk about it.
It's a claim to fame you need to have there. But
you can do a podcast on that. It'd be really good. Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
But it is a bit of it's an athletics ground, isn't it? They have sold it, and the way you sit on there is
good shopping centre nearby though, and you can there's plenty of restaurants. So there's swings
nice.
and roundabouts. Yeah, Upton Park used to be it was horrible. The nets were only that much from the back of where the fans were. So tight and intimidating, and now it's just a lot of tourists going. I mean, you saw the pictures there the other day, but we don't have to worry about them till next May when we're pushing for
last game of the season. We're pushing for 12th, and
we'll be going down. We're in the Europa League. Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, Jimbo says he went to the Hockey World Cup there.
I was at the Rugby World Cup there as well. Ireland played Italy. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's a soulless. They got it for next to nothing. Tax breaks and everything. Karen Brady. The Pornhub United owners. Yeah. It all comes back. Football is about soul and even the fans know it. I nearly felt sorry for them. You can feel that they're seeing something and they're seeing their club being drained and just turned into some away day for tourists with half and half scarves. That's not what football's about.
No. Anyway, on to Brighton then, Gerry. You'll be there. Are you going to that one?
Yes, it's a long old drive, but I'm going unless there's another storm. There's one every week. But we're going down. It'll be an early 3:00 kickoff, so probably set out about Tuesday, and hopefully it's a nice drive back, and I can enjoy it. But Brighton, it's just we just don't get it. I'll take a point now. I'll shake hands on 0-0 with them if they want, and let's not have to go there. But they're a good team.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. We'll be back next week reflecting on that one, and let's hope Leeds can get something from that. That's all we want. A point.
We'll take that and hope the results go our way today. That even looks better. And analysis on match of the day will be 0. They won't have even watched the game, and we'll probably be on. Maybe not last. There's 3 goals in it, but they don't even look at us, and we don't care really. So here we go. Enjoy the football.
Right. There we go. Right. Cheers, Gerry. We'll see you on the next one.
Enjoy your trampolining.
I will. Can't wait because I get a beer.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy it and watch the scores come in whilst feeding all this.
Don't forget the kids, though. Don't forget the kids.
I know. And it does stink of sick there as well. So
it does. Yeah.
Right. Enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.
See you, boys.